Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here with our new loco. Did turn around and go with a 260 Cook Mogul. So there we are. Cook Locomotive Works. Excuse me, 260 on the wood variant there. So we still haven't hooked it up. Did just buy it up here. We have got a whole ton of stuff. So filled the mine up, obviously, wood. So the beams and the lumber all full. The mine's all full, which gave us the money to pick up the locomotive and a couple of cars, or rolling stock for it. Did have to just go with the old smaller hoppers because the new hoppers, obviously at tier 7, can't pick those up. We do also have the new track out to the smelter today, so going to be checking that out with the holding yard that's there and the new spot. We did turn around and move it, so this is obviously going to be moved industries. We did turn around and just kind of say we're going to put the stuff where we want it. Are you kidding? Why are you not warmed up yet? Are you not warm? What? Oh, we're just starting to come up to temp. Oh, there we go. Still got to build a little bit of pressure to come up in this thing. Just kind of hoping to tie that out a little better. I guess it did take a little longer than I was thinking, so. But, whoa, there we go. She's alive. Alright, let's see if we can actually get things pinned, hooked up, and get something actually working right here. Alright, that's good. That's good. Shred this brake. Check this brake. Good there. We'll check that brake. We are good there. So, alright. Loco should now actually be hooked up and everything working there. I have to say, in the snow, seeing this white on the white is a little bit tricky sometimes there. But, boom. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing loaded up quick. Only 2 cars, so it shouldn't take too long. Come on. There we go. One more to go. At least this part now, once we've gotten to this part, running out to the smelter should really start letting us make some money and open up the options for the railroad as far as cars, rolling stock, locomotives, all of the above. Hey, there we go. Alright, check that. We're good. We are good. Everything should be good to go. This should be a nice, speedy little train. Hey, let me up the stairs. See, that's not convenient. Hey. Why are you being a pain in the butt? Not letting me up. It won't let me in the train. Alright. We'll go around the back. Usually, wait. Usually that works. Alright, there we go. Not sure what's up with that one today. Cook Mogul, I guess. Haven't run it for a long time, so I shouldn't even say today. I have no idea if that's a norm with this one or what. But, there we go. Let's get this thing out of here. There we go. Hauling out for the first time. This is going to look cool leaving the station. Give it that. That looks cool. From what I hear, this plow does not actually do anything with the snow. Bit unfortunate there. Would be cool if that was a functioning plow. This kind of used to be one of the super cool locomotives. I know it was my first favorite in the game. Been a long time since I've actually gotten a chance to use one very much. So kind of looking forward to this one being on the iron cars. It'll definitely get some use. Still do like that blade on there, I have to say. It's a cool option. Would be nice if that was an option. I know some people would like to take it off. I personally would not, but, you know, never too late to see some options thrown on the old loco there. We are going to try to watch our speed here. This run, you know, barreling downhill. But we do get a good look at the scenery up here. Probably don't need to go quite that slow. I think we're capable of 30, 35-ish probably. I know most of the locos, you start getting going 40 and it starts getting a little sketch. You can definitely go faster than that, but you can also just wipe out at any point in there. So I think there we'll start applying a little bit of brake as we are still on the downhill here by the smelter. A little senseless whistle blowing at the smelter, why not? Roll this down the line now. Should have a nice little bit of a slight uphill here, so we definitely do not need to apply brake. And we can get scooting along, see what we can get out of the loco there. Alright. Once we get to the bridge, that's kind of the top of the hill, or the switches really, then everything goes flat, and then we're back downhill on the bridge. Here is where we are going to have to start watching our speed, because we do carry a fair amount of speed down this hill, running logs, or not logs, but wood up and down this. I have definitely learned that we can get going a little too fast on this downhill. Wipe out here, we tend to wipe out either on that bridge right up there, or just entering it too fast and never slow it down, or wipe out on the big curve coming up down here. I've lost a few trains on that doing 35 miles an hour. It doesn't seem like we dump as long as we're up under 35, but have dumped a few at 35, 40, running around the turn, just try to let stuff run in here. Definitely cannot just let it go. Brakes are required. Even with the brakes, you can see we're edging over 30 there. And see, I have a tendency to cut the brake here, and then I'll wipe out at the end of the thing, because we start slowing down, so I go, don't need it, and then I'll let it cruise around this corner, and then I bite it right at the end of this valley. See, right up here, and I think, yeah, just have to apply more brake. This right here, I've bit it right here more times than I care to talk about. There you go. Oh man, and we're never gonna catch this thing. It never works out that we catch the train. We try, but it never works. Oh, see, I caught it. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's not horrible. Yeah. But that's exactly my point. I've dumped more trains right there. I gotta do some serious, like, slow down signs, maybe flatten the rail even a little bit. Watch that turn, but I've lost a few. It's horrible to actually have lost the loco on its first run, but I gotta say, I've dumped a few class 47s on that curve already, so can't say I am too surprised. Alright, let's see if we can actually just save this now. Oops, we don't need that. We need that. Well, they don't all go perfect, that's for sure. Jeez. Alright, mellow out. We don't need to go that hard into the thing. There we go. At least I was actually able to catch it. I can't count how many I haven't. I don't think I've caught any so far. That's probably the first one I've actually caught in the process of losing it down here. Otherwise, they totally just wipe out. You end up having to pick up the whole trade. So that's how that normally works out. So I'll call this one lucky, actually. There we go. Alright, brakes off, brakes off, brakes off. Trains re-attack. Just losing the loco is not the end of the world. Alright. Let's get back underway. Probably not breakneck speed. No, we broke everything. Our brand new loco's all smashed. Waiting for the day we end up paying for repairs, because that's going to be an expensive one right there. That's for sure. Alright. So we definitely need an under 30 speed limit sign for that curve. That has now been set. And I definitely can't be pushing it, where I was thinking 35. That's definitely not happening. That's more of a 30, maybe even 25. That's for sure. I had to do some exact science there and figure that out. But I've overcooked that corner. I can't count how many times. Really good that at least this is not a huge train to have overcooked it with. But as I say, hate to see them dump on their maiden voyage. That's for sure. But what can you do? Cook Mogul back on the rail. That's why I definitely like to run smaller trains, especially when you're tested and getting used to lines still. Though this one, I don't know, although it's obviously going to be a different speed limit around that curve for this loco too, and maybe this was just a little more top heavy than like the 47 in Glenbrook. Not exactly sure. Might have to do some speed tests with the different locos around the turn to see if some are tipping off sooner than others. Haven't run a Cook Mogul for a long time, so I hate to just make statements, because I don't know, that could just be I just blatantly overcooked it too. That does happen. Don't want to blame the loco, that's for sure. But we do know we need to have like a 25-mile-an-hour line or speed limit there. We can't just keep chucking it. Oh, hopefully this thing's got enough oomph to pull this up. I didn't even consider that as a possibility. I was assuming we were going to be adding cars to this, not choking, and it just sounded like it was, maybe that was just the initial pull on the hill, so we'll have to see how this goes, because this might not just be a foregone conclusion that this is going all the way up this path. Brakes are off, so we're good there. We are burning wood. We have water. Man, if it's going this slow already, that is not a good sign. Okay, it'll pick up. That was just, I didn't need to choke that much. Alright, sweet. So we're not dying. Alright. We're back into good. We're back into looking positive. Like we can at least add at least 2 or 4. Man, if we can't run, hopefully we can at least run somewhere like 8 or 10 cars. Because if we're only running 2, yeah, it's going to handle it okay. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, our mining mogul might not be our mining mogul for long. It's gonna have to haul at least 6 or 8 up this hill, but I think it's gonna do, well, at least 4 or 6. Better get 6 up here. This might be steeper than I think it is. I might actually have to check the grade, bring out the old gradient tools there and check the grade on this slope, because this might be steeper than I think it is. Choked out Montezuma with next to nothing on it, but We're rolling along here and doing our thing. Looking very narrow gaugey in the process. There we go. Little bridge section there. Not exactly sure. I'd like to do something different there. Not sure what Here we go. Alright, so at least it's gonna pull the hill. That's the only hard part really is right there. So it's gonna pull the hill. Well, hopefully it handles the yard and the curves. That stuff coming up. There is the stock location on the wheat farm. That's probably gonna move on here. I don't think that we're gonna keep it there. Farm stuff is probably gonna move around. Don't think I'm gonna move mines, obviously. Iron mine, think that's staying for sure where it's at. Coal mine, I don't think is gonna move. Mines we're gonna keep. Some of the other industries definitely will be moving them around. Water the farms, I think. Cattle farm, you'll see coming up here, has already been removed. So we will be going in and around that location now. Again, the smelter up where it was, I just did not like the way that the landing, I thought it was too tight to actually have like just a decent landing in there. I had considered moving it around up by where it is because there is a big flat area up there, but kind of decided against it. Had something else in mind. Plus, quite frankly, I think with as many runs, loads, whatever you want to call it, you got a lot of stuff to move in and out of the smelter, so having it in a little more convenient location works for me. Are you kidding? Let me... Alright. You're driving me nuts. No. Alright, slow down. And then why am I on this haywire? What's going on? Alright, things just being a little weird. I'm not exactly sure. But then I haven't run a Cook Mogul for a long time, so there you go. I don't want to say anything. It could just be me looking for hitboxes, and so whatever. This is the first run. I'm making no judgments. Obviously, there is our temporary turnaround. Still have not taken that out. Just haven't seen the use for it yet. Obviously, here we're going to get out onto the new line for the smelter. So that is this. Should have gave him a few whistles instead of been screwing around with doing stupid as I go by the freight depot, but what are you going to do? I wasn't sure about the switch. I was trying to jump off the front and check for the switch, but it wouldn't let me down the running board, so there you go. Alright, let's shot this in chill now as we come in. It's not chilling. It's pulling plenty, so it should be able to handle this stuff just fine. So this one we did stick kind of up where the cattle farm was. Have not put in the cattle farm in its permanent location yet. Just kind of have one shoved off to the side so we don't forget about it. But have not put that into its permanent location yet. But we will turn around and do a little bit of a road tour here as we come through, providing everything works out okay. Obviously, this its first test run, so don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, happy with all that coming in. We are good that way. So what we did get here, and we'll take a look overhead when we get a chance, but we have 3 holding lines actually on each side, and then they 2 leads come into a turntable there, so we will be able to have a yard loco here that'll be able to turn and do whatever it needs to do from the turntable there. Not sure if we're going to stick Montezuma up in here or, I don't know, maybe a little Porter or something like that. Get a use for one of the little fellas. Up here, everything's nice and flat, so they shouldn't have a hard time just moving around cars or anything, but it does give us a chance to hold, you know, a fair amount of rolling stock up here and maybe a loco or two, so this will give us a good chance to take a look at the yard and see how all that came together. So there we go. As we said, 3 dead ends, deadheads, whatever you want to call them, with 3 leads on each side, so should lead for plenty of holding. They're not super long lines or anything, but I think with the fact that there's 6 of them there should give us plenty of room to hold trains, I think. So, and those all came out fairly decent. Gave us room to do what we wanted to do up here, and everything is still nice and simple. Alright, call that there, and we'll take a look at the money. So 556, see what we get out of these. That's 300 bucks a car, so there you go, you know, rolling 2 of these, 600 bucks gets the pile moving, and these at least will pay for themselves, and that'll certainly at least let us bring cordwood down here. Now we got enough money to pick up some cordwood cars, or just kind of keep going with the coal and or the iron, excuse me, and make a fair amount of money just moving that over. But at least that gets us into the money making area of the game now, being able to get down to the smelters. So yeah, it's stock location obviously up there. Did shift that down here, but it gave us plenty of room for the kind of holding that we wanted to do, and still keep it nice and simple, as we will be moving a lot of trains obviously in and out of here. But yeah, with that, I think we're gonna call it a win. Definitely works, and everything's looking good and moving forward. So say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.